Hey guys, welcome back. For those of you that are new, my name's Jane, this is Myrtle, she's my campervan, and today we are going to be making you a delicious panzanella. I hope you enjoy. So I'm heating up this griddle. If you don't have a griddle, that's fine. You can toast your bread in a frying pan or over the barbecue, or traditionally in a panzanella they wouldn't actually cook the bread. It's just, I find it gives it more of a texture. It keeps it crisper without the bread turning to mush. So your choice, you don't need to toast it at all. This could be a completely no cook salad, but I really like it when it's been griddled and it's got those lovely char marks on it. It gives it more texture and a bit more flavour too. So when your griddle barbecue pan is hot, you want to slice your bread. First of all, you need a stale bread. If you use a fresh bread, it's just going to break down into a sludge basically. When it's, this is 3 days old, it's a ciabatta by Baker Tom down in Cornwall. Delicious when it's fresh, and when it's gone a bit over and it's gone a bit stale, then this is perfect for panzanella. So you want to cut it into chunks for the final dish, but initially, because I'm going to toast it, I'm just going to cut it in half like that and then toast the sides and then dice it up. Take some olive oil and just drizzle generously over. It is a bit mucky, this recipe. You might want to be doing it outside. Even better, get the kids to do it. Next up, take a garlic clove that you've cut in half, and then you're just going to rub the cut side all over the bread. Believe it or not, this actually imparts quite a lot of flavour. When your pan is smoking or your barbecue is smoking, pop the bread on, oiled side down. We're just going to leave that for a few minutes until it's nice and charred. You can really smell that garlic, it's delicious. Now we're just going to drizzle on the other side. And again, get that garlic clove. Just give it a good little rub. When you're happy with the charring and it's starting to smoke, just flip them over and do the other side. When they're ready, just switch the heat off and let them cool. Next up, we're going to chop the veggies. We've got some lovely heritage tomatoes here, regular cherry tomatoes or salad tomatoes, anything will do. We're going to be pulling the moisture and the flavour out of the tomatoes, so don't worry if they're a bit pappy. But if you can find some heritage tomatoes, it just makes the panzanella that much prettier. Chop them into bite-sized dice and then pop in your bowl. So I've got a good bowl full of tomatoes now, and next up is half a cucumber. Now, as much as you want the juice in here of the tomatoes and the acid of the vinegar and the oil, you don't really want the wateriness of the cucumber. So grab a teaspoon, and once you've cut it in half, just slide the spoon down and take out those seeds. I'm so using the wrong teaspoon for this job. If you use a normal sized teaspoon, it just slides out. I'm using a rounded one. Not such a good idea. And same again with the cucumber, bite them into the same size pieces that your tomatoes are. So nice little bite-sized chunks. Next up, half a small red onion. Doesn't that look beautiful already? So next up, you want a good sprinkling of salt. And don't be shy. I'd say a good teaspoon. And a heap of freshly ground black pepper too. Now already you can see the juices, I hope you can see, the juices at the bottom of that bowl. That's just the salt bringing the juices out of those tomatoes and veggies. Next stage is to add a really good glug of red wine vinegar and a good glug of olive oil. If you want the written recipe to follow, then look below and you'll find it down there. But this is kind of more for me about just chucking it in a bowl until it looks, tastes and smells right, to be honest. Yum. Now you can see that puddle of juice down the bottom has got monstrous. So we're just going to leave that to one side. Try and push the tomatoes down into that juice if you can. That will help the salt get to them and bring out the flavours. Pop that to one side and bring back the bread. So again with this, you want to chop your bread into similar sized pieces. This is crusty. Delish. And actually I'm going to steal a taste because it's chewy but crunchy. It's really quite moist actually from the oil and that garlic flavour. Delicious. If you can hear weird noises outside the van, I'm parked next to my chicken run and the girls are very interested especially now the bread's come out. Don't waste those crumbs. I'm going to pop them in the bowl with the tomatoes. We popped in to see a friend on the way back from Scotland, and she gifted me a basil plant, which was really welcome. Thank you, Zephyrin. So it's going to get its first outing today. So just rip off a few basil leaves and then just tear them up into the bowl. Now the only thing left to do is to tip those gorgeous little crusty chunks of bread in with the tomatoes. Mix it around, and you're going to find that that bread soaks up all those juices, and it is going to turn it into the most incredible salad of your life. If you've never had panzanella before, man, are you in for a treat. This is probably one of the most frugal recipes I've ever made. It's really cheap. It uses half a loaf of stale bread, some veggies that you can get at any corner shop. You don't need to put the basil in. I've made it before with no fresh basil and it still tasted incredible. So there you have it, friends. One incredibly tasty, massive bowl of Italian panzanella. It's delicious. I really hope you give this one a try. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, then please give it the thumbs up. I would really appreciate your support. Leave us a comment below if this is something that you think your family would enjoy, or if you've got any questions or queries about us, the van, the kitchen or food. I'd be happy to help. And I look forward to chatting to you in the comments. Until next time, friends, have a good one. I think I'm just going to sit here all day and eat this bread. It is so good.